Anthony Logan is a restaurateur with a social consciousness. He's also the producer of Ac Carnaval, bringing a taste of the Caribbean to Atlantic City. Anthony, welcome to Sure Local Live. We have talked before. I've been looking forward to this interview. Would you explain to our listeners the difference between Carnival and Carnival?
Yeah.
We talked about this yesterday.
We do. And it's quite interesting because when you repeat both words, people tend to think the folks who are background is from here in the U.S., they tend to think a carnival is it's rides, it's entertainment and bunker cars and all that wonderful stuff. They look for a Ferris wheel, right? And Carnival in the islands is a big giant party in the street. The island shuts down and everyone is decked off in their beautiful costumes, and we come out before Lent. It actually is auspicious because again it's dated to the French time. Like Louisiana, what is Mardi Gras to them is Carnival in the islands. So it's a big celebration before Lent, Monday and Tuesday before Ash Wednesday. They drink, they fet. Fet is another word for party, and we have to always try and explain the difference to people because they get very confused with those words.
Now, you bring that to Atlantic City in the past, the costumes, the music, the food, the gaiety, everything. It's a beautiful event. However, in 2021, how will Ac Carnaval differ from the past 10 years?
So everyone is aware of this pandemic that has created havoc for all businesses and from top down. Our costumes are manufactured by the designers and produced in Trinidad and Tobago. And what happens is we end up getting costumes sometime that was designed for our carnival in Trinidad, which is in February. And we'll get some of the designs here. However, the carnival was canceled in 2020, and we were unable to get these costumes here. So we're not going to be having the parade on the boardwalk. However, we sort of compact the weekend to bring the continuance of the culture.
This year's Carnival is being held at Showboat. So tell us about the event and what the visitors and your guests will see at Showboat.
So it's a fun-filled weekend that we're bringing, and we're actually promoting the culture. So on Friday, which is July 23rd, starting at 10 p.m., we're going to have the flag party. We invite everyone. You don't really have to be from the Caribbean. You can be from anywhere. Just bring a flag, represent where you're from. The party, like I said, starts at 10 p.m., and it goes all the way to 3 a.m. At the Bourbon Room on the second floor of the Showboat Hotel. So Friday is a flag party. Saturday is a white party. You can get information at the website, which is accarnaval.com. But we also have a juve, which is a color party where you put paint and powder on your body. That's also happening that weekend. We have a boat ride with Jeff, wonderful individual in Atlantic City that lives in Gardner's Basin, and we also have a final cool down party at the Chelsea Beach Bar on Sunday. All of this information is on accarnaval.com. For those of you who've been exposed to island stuff, it's not only reggae. Trinidad brings out a very, very entertaining beat that is called soca music. And soca music is somewhat like merengue. It's a fast-paced beat that you party to.
Tell us about the Tri-State Caribbean Cultural Foundation.
Tri-State Caribbean Cultural Foundation was formed in September 2011. Reason being, when you're here as a foreigner, sometimes for whatever reason, you cannot go back to your islands or you cannot go back to where you are. And I thought what can I do? I'm actually homesick. I've been living here for 35 years, but I'm still homesick because I miss my culture. I miss what I was raised with. And so I decided to create the non-for-profit organization to bring communities together. And that was the creation of the Tri-State Caribbean Cultural Foundation, because we bring people all the way from Maryland, Washington, all the way up to Connecticut.
Tell our audience where you're from, and one other thing. We've talked, and I love talking with you. You're one of the most positive people that I know. Also, after you tell us where you're from, explain why you love Atlantic City so much.
I was born and raised in San Fernando, in the island, the Twin Island. About the age of 15, after graduating high school, I came to the U.S. I grew up in New York after that. So when I got married, I wanted to raise my son in a good school system. So I moved to Lansdale, Pennsylvania, where I raised my son. And then we moved into Philly, 2004. And Atlantic City, you know, leaving an island at the age that I did is heartbreaking for me, because I was young. I was actually now learning the ins and outs of the island. I was having the time of my life. I graduated high school. I was spending so much time with my friends on the beach. I was enjoying myself. And then I came here for vacation, and my uncle actually said, maybe you should consider staying and pursuing your education here. And I stayed, and I did not realize how difficult that was to give up what I have the highlights of my life. And I grew up in New York, and then I realized that I went to Atlantic City, and oh, wow, Atlantic City is just known for casinos. And you get a bus and you go to Atlantic City, you get bus back out. But I didn't even know the lay of the land. I didn't even know Atlantic City was an island until I started to research. And when I enter Atlantic City now, I have a love for that city that is indescribable. I cannot describe the love and the feeling I feel when I'm in Atlantic City. It just connects me with my childhood, the water, the beach, the whole vibration in Atlantic City. And hence, it's the reason why I choose Atlantic City to bring the Carnival. I have a deep-rooted connection with the place, and it's, like I said, it's unexplainable. I cannot explain it.
You are a restaurateur. Tell us about Flambeau in Philadelphia.
Well, Flambeau is an inspiration, right? I have always been inspired by service, food service, as a matter of fact. And let me tell you about the name Flambeau. Flambeau is actually made from a recycled bottle. Back in the days when I was a little boy growing up in the island, it's actually flambeau from French, when the French ruled the islands. And what we did in the island, being a third world country, my parents used to recycle a liquor bottle, a used cotton T-shirt, and kerosene. Pour the kerosene into the bottle, make a wick with an old cotton T-shirt, and when there was a storm or something and the power goes, everyone in the house would scream, "Get the flambeau." So wow. We would light that flambeau, we would place it in the middle of the dining room table, and that's where I have learned a lot of my qualities today. First and foremost, it reminds me to remain and always be humble, no matter where I go in life. It is a lighting torch, and it has created a light for me, and also the gathering of my families and my siblings and everything. So I have wonderful memories from a flambeau. So when I decided to open a Flambeau Caribbean restaurant here in Philadelphia, I couldn't find a more fitting name for this business. And every single day I walk into it and I say the word flambeau, it does something to me personally. It inspires me.
And you're bringing that light to Atlantic City. You've done it for the past 10 years as the producer of Ac Carnaval. So once again, What are the dates of AC Carnaval? How can they get tickets? Give us the website, the Facebook page, and everywhere people need to go to get more information on AC Carnaval.
Yeah, so the website is accarnaval.com. The Facebook page and Instagram, if you go and just search Atlantic City Carnival, it will pop up. Like, we've been doing it for 10 years, so we have quite a presence on the internet, and we are easy to find. If you want to call us with detailed questions, you can dial 609-318-4711. For tickets, we are listed in Eventbrite, and also the links are embedded in the pages on the website, and feel free to click the link and it will take you wherever you need. I hope at an age of 50, I hope to leave a legacy and make a dent as far as culture is concerned. My message for people is we all live in a beautiful society, and we all need to learn to get along, and we all have to take from cultures what is enjoyable. I think the carnival brings that to people. It brings life and enjoyment and entertainment in a very, very nice way. We weren't allowed to celebrate. It was a long fight. And we can talk more about that, Mark, when you and I sit down. But it was a battle to get us to where we are today. And it is a very, very enjoyable event. I hope it will grow. I hope it will etch a place in everyone's heart. And I hope they will continue to support me to make this event a homegrown event in Atlantic City. I plan to move to Atlantic City someday and make it my home and grow this culture.
I would love to have you here. I agree with everything you said. You are from Trinidad and Tobago, TNT. You're from the islands. I'm an islander as well, now that I live in Atlantic City. so
That's correct.
We have that going for us. We both are from places surrounded by water on all sides, okay? And you call it water, but it's water. And so, Anthony, you are amazing. Yes, I want to see AC Carnaval for many, many years to come, just to see what it's like to taste a little bit of the Caribbean or Caribbean here in Atlantic City. And I want to thank you for spending a few minutes with us here on Shore Local Live. I'm sure that as we are going through the venues, we might even hear the music of Patrice Roberts. Is that true?
That is correct. I am impressed, Mark. I am very impressed with you. And and that is another thing we have to talk a lot about. We have in common traveling. I love to travel. And I see that you're very familiar with the culture. And it's a wonderful thing when someone knows an artist from the islands, or you've been exposed to the music. The culture is a beautiful culture, and I really want to share it with the world.
And we appreciate what you're bringing to the world. This is Anthony Logan, and I'm Mark Berman for Sure Local Live.